Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoded, the place where we decode those confusing corporate filings to reveal the hidden stories behind the numbers. And this week we're diving into RBC Bearings Incorporated's latest report, a company that makes really important parts for just about everything from airplanes to industrial machinery, so fasten your seatbelts because this report might just give us a peek under the hood of this industrial giant. Alright, so we're looking at a current report from RBC Bearings filed on August 1, 2025. And the earliest event reported was also on August 1, 2025. This is what's called a Form 8K report, which is basically a way for companies to announce major events that shareholders need to know about right away, like earnings announcements or significant business changes. Here, they're telling us about their financial results for the quarter that ended on June 28, 2025. Now let's talk about how RBC Bearings is actually doing in the market. Their common stock is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol RBC. This is the primary way investors buy and sell ownership in the company, and its performance on this exchange is a key indicator of investor confidence and the company's valuation. The main news here is that RBC Bearings released a press release on August 1st detailing their financial results for the recent quarter. This press release is included with this filing, so we get the official word directly from the company about their performance. It's important to remember that this information is being furnished to the SEC, not technically filed, which is a common distinction for this type of report, meaning it's for informational purposes and doesn't carry the same strict legal liabilities as a full filing, but it still gives us the vital numbers. This section is all about how the company is performing financially and what its overall financial health looks like. Essentially, they're giving us a snapshot of their income and what they own and owe as of the end of the quarter. This filing is signed off by John J. Feeney, who is the Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary for RBC Bearings Incorporated. This means a high-level executive is attesting to the accuracy and completeness of the information provided in this report, which is a standard procedure for these types of filings. Okay, so let's get to the juicy part, the financial results. RBC Bearings put out a press release on August 1st that tells us how they did in the quarter ending June 28th, 2025. And while this filing itself doesn't contain the detailed financial tables, we know the press release does. And that's where the real story is told. Now, we don't have the full financial tables directly in this particular filing, but this Form 8K is designed to report on earnings and significant events. So based on the fact this is an earnings report, we typically look for things like revenue growth, profit margins, and any changes in their debt or assets. While this document states the press release with the details was furnished as Exhibit 99.1. The excerpt you and I are looking at today doesn't contain the actual numbers publicly. It's like getting an announcement that an amazing meal is coming, but not seeing the food yet. But typically for a company like RBC Bearings, we want to see how their sales are doing compared to last year and if their profits are growing or shrinking. For a company like RBC Bearings, the key metrics to watch are their revenue growth, which shows if they are selling more of their bearings and other products year over year. Their operating income is also crucial as it indicates profitability after accounting for the costs of running the business. We also want to understand their net income or profit that's left over after all expenses and taxes are paid. Thinking like a Warren Buffett for a moment, we'd want to see consistent revenue growth and a healthy and growing profit margin demonstrating that the company is not just selling more, but also earning more efficiently from those sales. As an industrial supplier, RBC Bearings operates in a cyclical industry, meaning their performance can be tied to the health of the broader economy, especially manufacturing and transportation sectors. If the economy is booming, they likely see increased demand for their products. However, if there's an economic slowdown, their sales could face headwinds, so understanding their current quarter's performance in light of these broader economic trends is vital. We'd also be curious about their order backlog. If that information were available, a larger backlog generally signals strong future demand, while a shrinking one might indicate caution. Ahead of them is the challenge of navigating supply chain issues, which have been a common problem for manufacturers recently, and managing costs to protect their profit margins. These are the kinds of things that can really move the needle for a company that makes essential but not always flashy components. Given this filing is focused on an earnings announcement, the most important part is the financial health and performance of the company. RBC Bearings is a player in a global market, and their ability to deliver high-quality bearings that are crucial for machinery in sectors like aerospace, industrial equipment, and even defense means their financial results are watched closely by investors and competitors alike. Think about it this way. RBC Bearings doesn't just sell metal parts, they sell reliability and performance. If a bearing fails in a critical piece of equipment, it can cause massive downtime and costs. This puts a lot of pressure on RBC Bearings to maintain top-notch quality and consistent supply, which directly impacts their financial results. If they are seeing strong sales and profits, it suggests they are meeting those demands and executing well in a competitive landscape. Looking at the structure of this filing, it's a standard 8K providing a heads up on significant company events. Typically, the earnings press release, this is the core of why we're looking at this document today. It's the company's official communication about its recent financial performance. It helps stakeholders quickly understand the company's current standing without having to wait for more in-depth quarterly or annual reports. Now, it's tough to give a definitive opinion without the actual numbers from the press release, but based on how these reports function, an earnings announcement on August 1st for the quarter ending in June would tell us if RBC Bearings is growing its sales, if its profits are healthy, and if it's managing its business effectively during what might be a challenging economic period for manufacturers globally. A strong report would mean growth and efficiency, while a weak one might raise concerns about demand or operational challenges in the industries they serve. To wrap up, RBC Bearings is a significant company in its sector, and this filing acts as a timely update on its financial pulse. While we're missing the specific figures from the press release today, the very fact of the announcement tells us they are actively communicating their performance. This is a company that, like many in manufacturing, is subject to the ebb and flow of the global economy. Their success hinges on delivering quality and reliability to their customers. What's your take on RBC Bearings, and what do you think this earnings report signals for the company's future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more decoded corporate news. We're here to make sense of the financial world for you, and hey, join our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.